Hey everybody, welcome to our YouTube channel. Please like, share, subscribe, and turn on those post notifications for our upcoming videos and episodes. Thank you and enjoy the show.
Yo, what's up, y'all? What's good? We are
What's
here.
up?
We are here. We are here
Yes, we
for
here.
another one. What today is?
Redline Thursday. It's Redline Thursday. It's Redline
It's
Thursday.
Redline Thursday. What's
That's the
good,
most
y'all? This
upbeat
is,
I've probably been all week. So
I mean, I mean, it has been for me too. So, man, what we got going on today, man? We got a
for
hell of a
sure.
story, subject, and everything for you. So, Charnel, let them know what we talking about today.
Okay, everybody, welcome to the Redline Podcast, hosted by myself, Nelly Swag, and the beautiful Queen Alexis, right here on TalkShoeRadio.com. The phone number is 717-734-6904. Show ID 511 6919 So the doors are closing. Please take your seat. Hold on tight as we pull this train off from Howard, headed straight to 95th. On today's episode, we are going to be talking about mental health in the black community. Yes. And basically just venting how to heal. And we're going to touch on some things. Some things are facts, some things are opinions. We're going to break some myths, and we just going to try to just come together and figure some things out today, everybody. So, I know normally this is when I transition into loose squares and loud, but for this week, nothing's really too funny. So we're just gonna talk. I know y'all love loose squares and loud, but that will be back in the next episode, and we're just gonna just talk and we're gonna heal. So on today, we're gonna be talking about mental health. So what is mental health? Mental health is your health, the health of your mind, what you deal with, how you get through things. And as of lately, my mental health has really taken a hit. I have dealt with things in this week alone, have woken up, have went to sleep tired, have woken up tired, might take one or two naps throughout the day. Don't have a lot of energy, sluggish. Don't feel like working out. Might work out because it helps clear my mind, but I'll find myself zoning out. Find myself just not really all the way there. As many of you know, we have experienced another um, traumatic incident within the black community, and that is the shooting of Jacob Blake in Kenosha, Wisconsin. He was trying to break up a fight. The police came. He was going to leave the scene because it really wasn't his fight. The police were there to defuse the situation that it was called about in the first place. As he was walking to get into his car, a police officer shot him 7 times in his back while his 3 sons were in the car. I believe the ages were 3, 5, and 8, so very young. And to witness another African American, another black person, another brother from our community get gunned down. He is reported to be paralyzed from the waist down, has some medical issues, and he's still fighting for his life. But thank God, because 7 shots were supposed to take him out of here, but he's still here to tell his
Yes,
side of the
he is.
story.
Yes, he
The
is.
police cannot make up anything because he's here to speak what he needs to speak. His quality of life is kind of shot, but he's still here. And we all, if you believe in anything, I believe that God is a healer and can create a miraculous miracle. And I hope that he bankrupts that police department. I really do. And it's been reported that although he is paralyzed from the waist down, the police have him handcuffed to his hospital bed. He can't go nowhere. He hasn't been charged with nothing, but he's still yet the criminal, even in his pain. But yeah,
Seriously.
so I've been fighting this week, and I've been dealing with a lot. So, um, we're just gonna talk. So, black people and mental health, the stigma. You know, everybody has that stigma within the black community that, hey, you crazy, or something's wrong with you, or you bipolar, or this, or you got that crazy auntie, or that eccentric uncle, or whatever. And it's either made fun of or stigmatized. But it's real, people. It's real. And it is so real, but a lot of it is because people don't want to go to therapy. We've been told repeatedly that black people don't go to therapy. Everything's to Jesus. We have to, let's just pray about it, and then things will go away, and woo wop like that. But God created everything, and He created people for us to talk to for a reason. In the Bible, it talks about being anxious. um when Jesus was about to be crucified and He was crying out to the Lord that yes, your will might be done, and He didn't want to do it. And I'm sure when the devil was talking to him, a demon was talking to him to convince him to kill himself. And it is powerful, and as much as we hold Jesus up to be, He was still human by flesh. And those thoughts probably went through his mind. And yes, he prayed and he was able to come out of it. But there are people here. It says seek counsel in the Bible, and counsel is therapy. So I just want to share a personal story. Um, in 2011, I lost my brother due to him having depression and taking his own life. And you deal with the guilt and the what ifs and the whys. And then in 2012, I had my daughter, shy of it being a year since my brother passed. Then following, I was going to school, being a single mother, dealing with that, having a little bit of a contentious relationship with her father, trying to find work when I couldn't find work, and having to depend on the system as far as SNAP benefits and child care and all of these things. And I was just dealing with it and trying to push myself through it and just trying to cope. So in 2000, in late 2018, I said I need to talk to somebody. I do. I need to figure something out. So I went on Google, did some research, and found a black therapist because I didn't feel comfortable if I couldn't talk to anybody who didn't look like me. And I've been in therapy ever since then. And most people think you go to a couple of sessions, you're fixed. No, it's almost been 2 years for me. And my therapist texts me. We have a texting relationship. We've done therapy sessions over the phone during the pandemic. We've met back in person, and therapy is just like, how am I going to tell somebody about stuff that I don't even know? But it's a sounding board. You're actually able to hear your thoughts out loud, and then they're able to ask you questions to help you figure it out, for you to work through your thoughts, give you exercises, start journaling, doing things like that. So assist in apa.org, there was a survey shown that in 2008, 2015, I mean, 86% of psychologists in the U.S. workforce were white. 5% were Asian, 5% were Hispanic, 4% were Black and African American, and 1% were multiracial from other racial and ethnic groups. So it's not a lot of black therapists out here, and that might make people weary. And us as the black community, we look at therapy as something that we shouldn't do, but we need therapists, and we specifically need black therapists because we need somebody who can relate to our trauma and understand what we go through. But if you can't find a black therapist, there are plenty of great white therapists, Asian therapists, and many other therapists. But go talk to somebody, man. If you don't feel comfortable with talking to a therapist, go talk to your pastor, talk to a friend, talk to somebody, because we get so like, I don't want nobody in my business type situation. But sometimes you probably need somebody up in your business to poke you and see are you all right on the days that you're down, because as us as a black community, we go through it. We don't get passed down generational wealth, we get passed down generational trauma. And we have to at some point stop taking on what our great grandmother went through, what our grandmother went through, what our mother went through, and what we're going through. We have to break the cycle so the next generation doesn't go through it. And it's a lot to deal with. And you have to breathe, you have to cope, you have to do something, because if you don't, you will literally lose your mind. And with that said, Queen Alexis, how do you feel about therapy and talking to people and trying to get things out there and vent?
Well, one for me, I went through not the same thing, but mine was deep, 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 real deep. Therapy is much needed for us. Like, if this year ain't showed you that you need some therapy, Lord Jesus, oh, like it's needed. It's needed. I believe that we've been bred, we've been what's been embedded in our psyche is that you just keep it moving. You don't go to therapy like you said. It's always pray about it. Take it to Jesus. Take it to Jesus. Take it to Jesus. And you pray, and you just keep it moving, and you keep it moving, and you keep it moving. And that's not healing whatsoever. That's not healing. That's just suppressing. And you're not talking to someone that you can hear an answer. Even though, yeah, you should be listening to God's voice and listening out for an answer and everything, but at the same time, to be to actually talk to somebody. Like, we talk to our friends about it, but our friends might not be going through the same stuff we go through. Our friends might not understand what we're going through, or they might do and have the same rhetoric that's been taught to us. You keep it moving. You got to keep it moving. You're going to be all right, girl. You're going to be all right, man. Just keep it moving. Keep it moving. And we keep on suppressing and suppressing and suppressing and suppressing. And before we know it, all of these suppressed feelings and anger and frustrations builds up. And we find ourselves in a situation where we lost it. We out here gone. Don't know who to trust. Don't know whether we going or coming. Just out of our mind, just trying to make it, trying to keep it, trying to just keep it moving, and just push through. Cause we strong. We are strong people. Look here, y'all. Yeah, we are strong people. We come from a strong heritage. We come from a rich heritage. But there's one thing for sure is that you are not invincible. You are not super. You are not um, some type of um, magical creature that don't have no feelings. You are human. You have feelings. You have all of this stuff. You have stresses. You have frustrations, and you are not an object that you can just keep on taking pressure and it don't hurt and it don't affect you. Even putting pressure on an object still affects it, even though it don't make a sound, still affects the mode of it. So y'all go ahead and get some therapy. For me, I follow that rhetoric so much because oh Lord, child, I had I had
Talk about it.
literally too much. Like, you want to talk about 10 years worth? How about just, yeah, 5? Um, in a relationship, it was toxic, heavy, constantly me and him is arguing. Then on the other side, my family is arguing. My mom's health is failing. She's not the superwoman that I've seen her to be, up going and keeping moving, but her mobility started getting limited. So I went from literally at the age of, man, let's just take it all the way back. At the age of 6, all the way up to 17, 17 or so, went from helping my mom take care of my grandmother who has Alzheimer's and dementia, to now I'm in a relationship and that ain't working out, and my mama's health is failing, so I'm taking care of mama. And then on top of that, all of this is going on, I'm performing. I'm out here doing spoken word poetry, encouraging people to keep to be strong and find themselves, find royalty in themselves. I'm doing all of these wonderful things, and moving other people in my life was hell. Hell. Going through hell. My family crazy, my relationship crazy, and I'm trying to keep everything together. And then I finally let go of the relationship, only to find out 2 weeks later I'm pregnant. Not only pregnant, 6 weeks pregnant by this dude. Like I almost made it out, but nah, here I am now. At that point, having to make a decision having to make a decision. What am I doing? Do I keep my child and try to mend the relationship, or do I go ahead and get an abortion and go ahead about my life? I decided to keep my child because I'm like, I can't just go ahead and have abortions because I don't like this dude. This ain't cool. Have my child, still the relationship between me and him rocky. I'm pregnant, still performing, still taking care, still helping out the family, trying to have my family mended. There's a lot of stuff going on with my family, a lot of stuff going on with me. I'm trying to figure out how I ended up in um a single mother position that I didn't want to be in. Cause I saw how that looked with my mama and everything. I'm like, I ain't want to be in this position. I'm trying to get along with him, and all the while, still trying to suppress. Trying to suppress. Fast forward a little bit later, things work out. There's peace in my family, peace between me and my daughter's father. We get married, only to be married for 13 months. And here I am now in another position of being pregnant and going through a divorce and having shows coming up, having to perform, and still suppressing. Have my son going through a hella crazy divorce and then come back, but still suppressing, not really telling people that I'm actually depressed as hell, that I'm feeling like crap now that I done got married. Everybody done seen me get married and everything, and here I am now, like a year and a half later, we are divorcing. Like this ain't no threat. This is a straight up papers in. We going to court. I'm about to have a divorce and now be a single mom of two. It was just too much, but still suppressing and suppressing and suppressing. I got to do these shows. I got to take care of. I got to do these shows because these shows is helping me take care of my kids. I don't want nobody to know. I don't want nobody to see me like this. I don't want to break in front of nobody because I don't. Everybody see me as strong. Even I had people that see me on stage a lot and was like, "You are so strong and you are so regal and you are so sophisticated and all of this." And I'll be wanting to tell them, if you only knew what things look like once I get home, after I get off stage, after I get out of queen mode, when I'm just sitting here being Alexis, and my life is crazy as hell, trying to navigate it all at the same time and still find the strength enough to get up here, get on stage, and encourage y'all. to find some peace in y'all lives and strength in y'all lives and encourage y'all to look at yourself differently when I'm looking at myself like what in the whole hell going on. And before I knew it, 2017, I had a straight nervous breakdown. It was out the damn blue. All when I tell you all that happened, what happened did not call for this type of reaction. Like I had to do a show and my children's father was in his feelings at that time. I don't know why. Don't ask me why. And instead of meeting up with me to get the kids so I can go to the show, he didn't. And yeah, I was upset, but what I just snapped. I just snapped. I got back home. I was slamming stuff everywhere. My daughter had had I think she had wasted something. It was crazy. It wasted something on there. And I snapped off so bad to the point. I remember I was on the phone with my mom and I kept on saying, I don't want to be here, mom. I don't want to be here. I'm tired. I'm trying to hold everything together and I don't want to be here, mama. I'm tired. I'm tired. And I was so incoherent that my mom was like, no, I'm gonna go and send somebody over there. She did. She called 911 to do a wellness check over here because I live across the street from my mama by myself, and I was just out of it. I found myself spending a weekend at Jackson Park, and for those up in Chicago who live in Chicago that knows what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. Jackson Park Hospital, top
Oh, oh,
floor,
oh, yes, we
straight
do.
up.
Yes, we do.
Straight up. I'm like, how did I get here? How did I get here? And I didn't realize how much I was breaking. Whole weekend, Jackson Park. I came out that Monday morning. I had people that was expecting to see me at the show and was like, what happened? What you did at Lauren Hill? Nah, it wasn't Lauren Hill. But I finally said something. And this is a point I have to make. You gotta be careful who you talk to. If it ain't somebody that's professional that that does help out or is a therapist or a psychiatrist or somebody that can really relate to what you're going through, you're gonna find yourself in a worse position if you talk to somebody that you think will understand and they looking at you like you ain't supposed to be like that. No, what? Really? What what about your life is so stressed out? I told some of the people where I was. I'm like, I'm not lying. I got all the paperwork for it. I ended up spending the weekend at Jackson Park Hospital on the top floor in the psych ward because I just straight up lost it. Dang, I thought you was strong. What's up with that? Dang, I ain't know you that fragile. Oh my God. Oh
And
my
and and
God.
and,
Like,
and
wow.
Alexis, I have to interject and say this: Black people, we have to stop shaming not just our people, but everybody when they go through mental breakdowns because life just gets to you.
It
It reminds
does.
me of it reminds me when I was younger. You remember that big thing when Britney Spears cut off all her hair, shaved off her hair,
Mm-hmm.
all of that, and everybody's like, "Oh my God, what happened? What's going on with her?" She and then and being younger, it was like, oh, she just doing it for attention, or it's just some paparazzi stuff, or that's some white girl stuff, or any of that. It wasn't until I got older where I understood why she did it. Because life gets to you. She was going through a
Mm-hmm.
divorce. She had her kids. And I used to always say, I don't see how anybody can wake and bake and wake up in the morning and just start smoking. Or I don't see how nobody could drink before 12 p.m. I don't see how people can drink every day and gotta have a bottle of Hennessy or a bottle of Remy or whatever the case might be. I don't see how people could keep having sex with all these different partners, or I don't see how people could spend hours in the casino just gambling and being at the slot machines and all of that. It wasn't until I've gotten older where we just are looking for a way to cope. And now I understand, like, why your parents had the liquor cabinet, or why people wake and bake. Like some days I'd be like, I need something. I don't know, I
Hmm.
need some cocaine or something. I don't know. And this is how addictions can start. And addictions are diseases now. And things happen, and you become an alcoholic, or you become addicted to gambling, or addicted to that high just to get away from it, just for a moment,
Um,
because life
trying to
doesn't
feel
stop.
something,
You
trying to
trying to
feel
feel
something other
something,
than the pain.
but you don't. But you it's like that's why, sometimes you shouldn't judge men or women who have sex with multiple people, because they're trying to feel some type of love, trying to not be so damn numb all the time. And
Hmm.
we need to understand as people that those things, it's not mutually exclusive. Like, how you could be on the train, like on the actual red line, or you could be on the bus, and you see people walking with no shoes on, or they're talking to themselves, or they talking out loud. Like, I've seen it plenty of times, and you look at them kind of
Hmm.
crazy or whatever. But you don't know, some of those people are Vietnam vets. Some of them people are homeless, and some people, that the fact that I can't take a shower every day, I don't have clean clothes, I gotta sit out here and beg for money just to fit, just to get something. I gotta sleep on trains. I got family who's abandoned me, or my family might be dead and gone, and I don't have nobody looking out for me. And we look at them as the crazy people, but we don't have a lot of mental health facilities in our communities. We don't. Yeah, we might, get a bed for a weekend at a hospital, but if you don't have some type of insurance, they'll kick you out quick.
Hmm.
And they it's like we need to invest. And that brings me to my next point, and that's the how as a community we're dealing and coping with our drama. Um this year has been crazy for black people. For everybody in America, yes, it's been a weird year, but particularly for black Americans, black people in this country. On June 29th of 2020, we lost one of our heroes, our sports figures, one of our legends, and Kobe Bryant, his daughter, and seven other passengers in a tragic helicopter accident. And we thought, man, 2020 sucks. So we're trying to will from that publicly. And people's like, oh, he's just a celebrity. Why are you grieving? Like, it's a real thing, because it was like he was just woke up, was doing what we all do. No, we don't take a helicopter to our kids' games or to our events, but we drive, or we take a bus. And as anybody as a parent can relate to, if your child is scared and that helicopter's going down, and all you can do is hold them and say it's going to be all right, knowing it wasn't going to be all right. So we're trying to will and cope with that. His memorial service is in February. About a month later, in March, coronavirus really kicks up. Mid March, things get shut down. The whole country pretty much goes on lockdown. We're in the house. So people are unemployed, have no way to feed their families, and we have this virus that is taking people out. People are dying, and you can't have proper memorial services and funerals because you can't congregate. So you're not even able to grieve the losses that you've had, and you don't have anything financially. Then we get hit with finding out about Breonna Taylor, who was an essential worker, who was working during COVID. She was a paramedic, a EMT. Then we see the video in April, I believe, of Ahmaud Arbery jogging through his neighborhood, gets shot by his white neighbors who stalked him. And that's already enough. That's back to back incidents. In Ahmaud Arbery's case is picking up steam. Breonna Taylor's case is picking up steam. And we're dealing with a pandemic. Then May 29th comes. And we see a video of George Floyd getting a knee on his neck for 8 minutes and 46 seconds. Then everybody just loses it. We break out. We protesting. We rioting. We're looting. And people are looting not just because of George Floyd and police keep killing us. They're looting because they're hungry. They have no jobs. And people have cabin fever. They're not able to go to the clubs and drink and party and do all the things they normally do to escape. They're not able to shop. They're not able to go to the casinos. They're not even able to go to a restaurant to have a meal with family. They're not even able to congregate with their family for family events because everybody's quarantining. And we're like, oh boy, what can we do? But then things tried to calm down. Things are opening up now. People are still in the streets. And this pandemic is still going on, but we're trying to move. We're trying to keep it going. And then in Chicago, we get another shooting of shootings of babies dying in the streets. And it's just, oh my God, what is going on? And then what we talked about a couple of episodes ago, looting happens again because people are not really here to hear about facts because we're just tired. A police officer shot a man. We don't know if he's guilty, innocent, what, and we just break out. Come to find out that it might have been justified, but we're still waiting for details on that case. And then it's like, okay, let's just have a break, damn it. And then Sunday comes and Jacob Blake happens. And this is only August. In the last 8 months, we have experienced the civil rights movement, the riots, the Watts riots, um, Rodney King, Trayvon Martin, all over again.
In
The
eight
the
months.
and the flu of 1918, which was over 100 years ago, all
All in
within
eight
eight
months.
months. And the Great Recession of '08.
This
And
wasn't
not to
even a
mention,
recession, girl. Nah, this is a depression.
and we have experienced all these life changing events. And not to mention, as parents, we got to get our kids accustomed to e learning. And we got to check on their mental health because this is new. They're going into new grades. Some of them are starting as a freshman in high school, and this is their freshman experience. You have seniors who have lost the opportunity to go to prom, go to homecoming, to actually have a graduation. So they're dealing with life events that they thought they would experience getting stripped and whipped away from them, and life is smacking them in the face early. And us as parents, we got to try to work or me dealing with the anxiety of going back to work because I work in education. So I have to deal with the guilt of I got to be away from my child while she's about to enter e-learning, but I need to go back to work to provide for her. But I got to deal with the anxiety that COVID is still out here, and I work around kids. And we have to follow these new procedures and these new protocols and get back on taking public transportation regularly and trying to pay these bills and trying to just navigate through this space that we have never navigated through before. And then yesterday, the NBA players even felt it. They've been in the bubble for the past few months trying to play games, just trying to get some sense of normalcy back, but they're away from their family, their friends, their routine. And they feel like they're so helpless with all the killings of black men and women that look like them, their fathers, their husbands, their sons. And they shut it down. They say no more. And before the shutdown, Clippers small forward Paul George said that he was in a real dark place when he was struggling. Everything he said, it was just a little bit of everything. He explained that you got to understand mental health. I had anxiety. I had a little bit of depression. Just being locked in here, I just wasn't there. I checked out. In games 2, 3, and 4, I wasn't there. I felt like I was there. But shout out to the people that were in my corner that gave me words that helped me big time, helped me get right, get get back in great spirits. I can't thank them enough. So it doesn't matter if you're a millionaire and an NBA player. These things in society affect you. They affect you at work. He's getting paid millions of dollars to play basketball. And you like, that's a pretty simple job. But he couldn't even see the ball go through the hoop because he was that down. And NBA players just needed a break. They was talking about shut all this shit down. I'm tired of this. You owners gonna have to do something. Then that trickled to the WNBA players saying, okay, let's just not play. Some Major League Baseball players are like, we're not gonna play. Ten, um, the tennis matches were canceled. Football practices were canceled. Hockey games were canceled because everybody just said, damn, this is
Tired.
too much.
And we tired. We tired. We cannot keep on acting like everything is
You,
okay.
we can't go status quo. We can't. Everybody is like, let's get back to normal. I want to get back to normal. Guess what? There's no more normal.
This
Because
our
if we get
normal.
back to normal, if we get back to normal, it's going to be y'all not paying attention to black bodies dying in the streets. And us as black people have had trauma for years upon years. We have witnessed lynchings. We have witnessed crucifixions of our black heroes. Medgar Evers got shot in his driveway. Dr. King got shot on the balcony. Malcolm X got shot in the auditorium. We can't continue to keep doing it. And everybody who's asking these athletes, what's the plan? What should we do? It shouldn't be their responsibility. Their job is they work their whole life to play ball, to win a championship, but they're willing to sacrifice their personal goals for our community because they're tired. Because they have sons, because they have daughters, they know easily their son could be Trayvon Martin. They know easily their wife could have been Breonna Taylor. They know easily their brother could have been Ahmaud Arbery. They know easily their homeboy could have been George Floyd. But why are we expecting black people to fix the problems that we did not create? And you want us to shuck and jive for you? You have the nerve to say, oh, y'all very fortunate to play a game or to sing a song or to rap some lyrics. So stick to sports
Mhm.
and stick to entertainment. No, we cannot because y'all not sticking to not killing us. And we can't go back to normal. And we are losing our collective minds.
Mhm. Yeah, we are. We are.
We
I
can't even
feel.
go to
Let me.
church, people.
Oh, don't let me get started on them. Oh wait.
But go
Because
ahead, Queen
man,
Alexis.
during this time, during this pandemic, if the church folks ain't been exposed for what their real agenda is crazy. People that we done, I know some of us done sent money in and helped their ministry, supported their ministry during this whole pandemic and this racial tension. Said, man, fuck these black people.
Very true.
They need to comply. If they just comply, they won't die.
That is not
Because
true
they
because
want
I
to
have
keep
seen videos. They want to
right.
keep they want to keep those they want to keep those constituents in their pockets. And the
Oh yeah.
evangelistics need to be, you know what? If you're Christian, if you're evangelistic and you're supporting Trump, it's clear where you stand. And I'm glad because us as black people, we're so forgiving, we're so inviting. We have had white ministers and pastors be accepted by the black community, come preaching these black churches. But then when it comes to speaking about black issues, y'all silent as hell. Y'all cool with the
Real
black
fine.
with the black gospel singers and the black preachers coming to your conference and generating you money. But when it comes to black issues, y'all don't need we don't need to make this political. No. Jesus was political. God
As
said
hell.
for God said, for he so loved the world, he gave his only begotten son. He didn't say so he so loved America, so he so loved China or Mexico. No, he said, for he so loved the world.
He also didn't say, for he so loved the money either.
It says
Let's
money is
just
the
be
root of
honest.
all evil. He said not to worship false prophets and idols. It is in the Bible, clear as day. But you have people here saying, let's not make this political. No, this is not a left issue. This is not a white issue. This is not a black issue. This is not a white issue. This is not this is not a Republican issue, Democrat, Independent, Tea Party. This is a human rights issue. We
Hmm.
don't want to die. They always want to say, and I just gotta say this real quick, and I'm gonna let you get the floor, Alexis. Um, a couple of weeks ago when we did that show about the looting, and I was upset, and I spoke my truth, and I still stand behind a lot of what I said, but I do want to apologize for this. Chicago, I get it. I get it. You had a psychotic breakdown. A lot of y'all did. Some of y'all, yeah, y'all took advantage of the situation, but I know a majority of y'all was just like, man, why not? What do I got to lose? So I get it. I do. Because a part of me feels like if I threw a brick through a window and took a pair of shoes, why not? Because America don't give a damn about us. They rather stay and protect buildings than to protect us. They rather dredge up every little thing that George Floyd or Breonna Taylor or Jacob Blake ever did. Maybe he had a warrant out for us at West. Maybe he had a knife in the car. But you know what? A 17-year-old had an AK-47, shot two people in Kenosha, Wisconsin. The police gave him a bottle of water and he was able to go home and he got arrested the next day. And the chief of police said, well, if y'all wasn't out there past curfew, maybe y'all would have got killed. What? So you know what? We need therapy. We need healing. And we need people to stand up and realize we can't go back to normal. And black people, we can't shame each other anymore. We need to talk to people. And all of y'all who want to say something or do anything and say we shouldn't be talking about this or just pray about it. Yes, I can pray about it, but I can also go sit on somebody's couch and talk about it. Those things, I don't have to do one and not do the other. I can sit in my Bible and praise the Lord and pray and calm my anxiety, but I also could talk to somebody.
Hmm.
I also can vent. So, man, it's just a lot. And
And for and for those
and
of us that are parents of little small children or even children, period. If you have children that period and you having to explain to them all of this mess, I feel for y'all. Because this ain't an easy subject to explain to your child. This ain't an answer that you want to give to your child or when they ask you why they hate us so much, what we do to them, what that the police supposed to protect us and get the bad guys. Why they look at us as the bad guys? We don't do nothing. What we do and we have them questions that we can't answer because we don't know. I
we
can't
don't.
tell my children why this is going on. And sit up here and act like I'm strong and that I know everything is okay and everything gonna be all right. I don't know what the outcome of this is. I really don't. But I have to pray for my kids every day. That may that maybe by the time they get to my age, the world will be better. Things will
Mm.
be better. Hopefully, hopefully that history won't keep on repeating itself. Because not only we dealing with riots and the police shooting us down, but then we got lynching going on sporadically in different places. Like these people are committing suicide out in public like this. This don't make this ain't that. This ain't that.
When in the
What?
history of your life have you ever known for a black person to kill themselves by hanging themselves on a tree? When?
Not never. If we want to
When?
take ourselves out, it ain't trying to be funny. If we want to take ourselves out, we want to make it as quick as possible. This ain't no
True.
suicide. We having history repeat itself over and over and over and over again, and gotta raise kids up in this and tell them, you know what, you're awesome. You can be anything you put your mind to, and feel like you telling your child a lie.
You
Because if
know,
they put their mind to something, you got to worry about these other people out here that's hating on their asses and
and
want to
try to
see, not
discourage it.
see them fail, not see them just fail, but see them dead.
And you know what's so messed up? It's like we encourage our children to say you can do anything. You can. You can. But then you also get scared because society puts limits on them.
Oh yeah.
And 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 you know, this is kind of a little bit off subject, but it's gonna tie back in. You know, the generation we kind of grew up in, it was like we was always like looking for something stable. So it's like, okay, get you that job at that factory or that company and stay there 30, 40 years and get you that pension so you can retire. So that your our parents never really lived their dreams or their passions. So now we're the generation who's trying to be entrepreneurs and live their dreams and passion because we're understanding economic wealth and understanding leaving a legacy and understanding that having multiple streams of income is one of the best ways to combat systematic racism. But then our parents are scared because we're taking risks that they never dreamt about taking. And and they don't want to rain on our parade, but they got to bring us to reality. But we're like, no, we can do this. But then when you become a parent, you understand why your parents did that to you because you just want them to have a good life and you don't want them to struggle because it's hard enough out here being black. And it's difficult because you said you hope that by the time your children get to be your age, that life will get better. Let me reiterate something. In 1991, Rodney King got beat by the police. I was born in 1991. It is 2020, and Jacob Blake this past Sunday just got shot down by the police. That's almost 29 years. 29 years. Jacob Blake is 29. So when me and him were born, Rodney King was getting beat by the police on the video. Fast forward, he's a 29-year-old man getting shot by police on video. How much has changed?
Not much. Not much at all.
And I want to be optimistic. I do. I have no other choice but to be because mentally, if I feel like there's no hope, I might spiral. And I can keep singing Sam Cooke's A Change Is Gonna Come and Marvin Gaye's Make Me Wanna Holler. Do you understand Marvin Gaye put out what's going on over 30 years ago and those lyrics are so poignant today? So we as much progress as we've made, it hasn't been enough. So for anybody out there who are saying, why y'all keep talking about this? Or why do y'all keep bringing up these issues on this podcast? Or why can't y'all just talk about funny, silly subjects like everybody else? No, no. We will.
I tell you, I tell you
We
why.
will. But no.
I tell you why. The reason why we can't just go ahead and talk about only funny and silly and comedic stuff on this podcast. Because guess what? We can't keep on trying to glass over or cover up what's really going on with us. Yeah, you can have your distractions, but this is right outside our door.
Literally.
There's a
And not
war out here outside
literally.
our door.
Literally. And it's the truth. Like, you got to worry about if the police don't get your kids. You got to worry about these knuckleheads
The
in the
street.
neighborhood who don't know how to shoot getting your kids. So you're dealing with that anxiety and that worry every day. You you're happy when they wake up in the morning and you're happy when they go to sleep at night. I used to, when I was younger, I used to hate, like, when I would go out with my friends, or I'd be out, or even now, like when I would go out pre-pandemic, of course. And and I would go out and my mom would be like, text me when you get there, text me when you're there, text me when you're on your way home. um Let me know when you're on your way home, who's going with you, who's walking you home, and call me when you get there. And you be like, Mom, I'm just chilling, like, or tell me where you gonna be at. And I never got it until recently, when I understood that they want to know where you last was, because if anything ever happened to you, they need to know where you were or what area you're gonna be in. And and I'm that way
Well,
now. Like, I was against buying my daughter a cell phone, because I was like, nah, she don't need it. She's only 8. But I know she goes with her dad sometimes, or she wants to be out. But a reason I bought it was so she could call me, so she could FaceTime me if she's ever in trouble. But another reason I got it is because I have GPS on her phone, so I know her location at all times. So if she's someplace I don't know where she's not supposed to be at, or if she's someplace where she is supposed to be at, I have that reassurance to look at my app and see who my daughter's good. Or I can text her and be like, "You straight?" Yeah. So we as parents, we just trying to find a way to keep our kids safe, and you don't want to take away their innocence. And then your kids have mental breakdowns because they just want to go outside, they just want to be with their friends. Why is there rioting? Why the police keep doing this to us? Like, my daughter's favorite movie and favorite book is Ruby Bridges, and about how they was yelling at her and saying all these things. And then she fast forward, and these things are still going on, and it's no longer just a movie anymore, it's reality. So please check on your kids' mental health, because if they have a breakdown, if they're crying, if and you're like, what they gotta be upset about, their kids. But we have to make it normal for them to talk about their feelings. So because it used to be, hey, shut up all that crying, or, man, this grown folk business, or go to your room. No, we can't do that anymore. We have to have open, honest conversations with our kids, so they know it's an open door policy, so they don't feel like, I can't tell mama this, or I can't tell daddy that. So all your parents out there, please have that open conversations with your kids, because they're seeing and hearing things that, as much as you try to keep away from them, they're like sponges. They're absorbing everything.
mhm.
So pay attention.
And it's all right. It's all right to pay attention and everything. Even if your child just come up to you and just lay down next to you or put their head on your shoulder. Be there. Sure. Look, you got teenagers or grown kids and they just come to you and be like, I just want to be here. And they stress and just start crying, cry together. Hell.
Kumbaya.
It's cool. Kumbaya. Because we need
and
it.
and I just want to interject before we go to the next topic, the next bullet point. I mean, Chris Webber, who is a famous basketball player, played for the 5-5 in Michigan in the 90s, and is a sports analyst on TNT. He said something very poignant. I know a lot of black people say, I can't keep watching these videos. I can't keep watching these videos of my brothers and sisters getting tased and beaten, killed, and I can't keep doing it. But he said something last night that reminds me why I will probably keep watching these videos, as traumatizing as they might be. He said, every time I watch a video, I think of Mamie Till, Emmett Till's mother, who decided to have an open casket so the world can see what they did to her son. and have him on the cover of Jet magazine. And so that image can be burnt into American psyche. And that was the catalyst for the civil rights movement. So if a mother whose son was beaten, lynched, and found in the bottom of a river can have the courage to have the world see her son in the most ugly state where he was almost unrecognizable, then I can watch a couple minutes of a video. And that brought everything into perspective. And Emmett Till wasn't that long ago, people. Emmett Till was only 14 years old. I remember hearing about him when I was like in the fourth or fifth grade, and I couldn't believe that it happened. And I remember the first time I saw an image of him. I saw the image of him before he died, and he looked like any 14-year old. And he was from Chicago, and he was killed off of a lie. And to see the image, he looked not human. He looked like something I don't know, and I would never ever forget that image. And we have to keep fighting for the Emmett Tills whose life was taken. And then fast forward to Trayvon Martin, and now Jacob Blake and his three sons saw their daddy get shot 7 times, and that trauma that they're experiencing. So the trauma of young black bodies and young black minds have been plagued this country for centuries. And the KKK are no longer hiding behind hoods anymore. They are showing themselves with their badges. And we have to check on each other and each other's mental health. And that's real. But as we talk about mental health, it's one thing we have to end with, and that's talking about joy. We have to find our joy, people. Because as hard as it is to be a
Mm-hmm.
black person, I love being black. I love it. So that's why we talk about black girl magic. That's why we talk about black boy joy. Because we need to have it. So do you a favor. Turn turn you on a Kevin Hart or a Cat Williams special and laugh your ass off. Watch Martin or Living Single and binge watch. Go go to a restaurant now when it's safe and eat and be safe while doing it. Go over a friend's house and sit in the backyard and listen to music and just chill. One thing I like to do is I like to go to on my Disney Plus and watch all the Disney original movies from when I was a kid on the Disney Channel and
Hey,
just be a big ass kid. And I'm just
with
gone
your
for the
kids.
and I'm just gone, and I'm just like I'm like, come here, watch the Cheetah Girls, and I be singing and doing the dances and all of that, like I'm Cheetah-licious, all of it, just to escape. And I laugh, and I'm in those moments, and even if it's for that hour or that 2 hours, I need that joy. And before we end this, I want to say this. The joy I'm going to have on August 31st with this Brandy versus Monica versus my life is
Baby.
made. I'm going. So everybody's like, it's just the verses. Like y'all getting hyped up. Yes, this is my childhood. Y'all don't understand. Monica and Brandy in the '90s and the 2000s. Y'all don't. I will be singing. I want to be down very loud.
Mm-hmm.
And my daughter's probably gonna look at me like it's just music. I was like, no, it's not. And that's why we need like stuff like verses. That's why we need comedy. That's why I be on TikTok just looking at funny videos for hours just to escape.
I'm ma-
Like
I'm
Alexis
making
was on
them
TikTok.
now.
Alexis was on TikTok. Like I was like, why are you? But I get it. You probably just needed a stress reliever.
Mm-hmm.
Just to
Exactly.
do it.
Look, find
Do
some.
something.
What we saying is find some that will bring some type of happiness and joy in your life. Sure, I'm about to have a Disney Plus night anyway with the kids, and be like, this is look and tell them we gonna be watching Snow White, yeah, and we gonna watch the Seven Dwarfs, and gonna pick out which doors remind you of your daddy. I'm playing. I'm playing.
But it's the truth. Sometimes you need to just have some junk food and a good movie.
That's it.
And black joy is important. Find you some joy, but also don't make it a crutch. Talk to some people. Get you some help. And like we did, maybe start you a podcast because this is part of my therapy.
Honey.
I'm talking through some stuff right now as we are talking. So everybody, just find you some joy. We will be talking about this. This won't be the this is might be the first conversation we're talking about mental health, but trust me, it won't be the last. We're going to get into something deeper. We're going to bring on guests. We're going to we want you guys to call in and tell us about your stories, how you cope, what's your coping mechanisms, what do you do. We're going to dive into dealing with everything because I know this pandemic has been hard. This economic crisis has been hard. Hell, we're in election year. Just hearing all the stuff going around. So,
Yeah.
in closing, I do have a what you're not gonna do. And in this what you're not gonna do is what you're not gonna do, like I said previously. On August 31st, this Monday, Brandy and Monica will be doing the highly anticipated verses. And what you're not gonna do is call me that day. I will be singing, I will be dancing. Do not interrupt me for them 2 hours. What you're not gonna do is make me choose. Am I team Brandy or team Monica? I'm team both of them. I don't
I'm
care. Cause
sorry.
I know all of their songs. So what you're
I'm
not
Team
gonna do is
Brandy.
call me. What you're not gonna do is call me. And I know Brandy's the vocal Bible.
Mhm.
She's the vocal
Mhm.
Bible.
Mhm.
And but Monica got some slaps. She got some bangers. So I will be singing for you. I will. And out of my heart because that was on one of my favorite movie soundtrack, Space Jam. So what you're not gonna do is interrupt me on that day. Don't call me. I'm probably going to get out my cross colors. I'm probably gonna have a short bob cut. I might even get my hair braided and have the Brandy braids, the Moesha braids. So that's what you're not gonna do is
Why
interrupt
do
me
that?
in my
They
joy.
got
And
Chanel. They got the box praise for a wig. Don't do that. Just
oh,
go get the wig.
be quiet. Anyways,
Brandy
that's
got the wigs on.
so I'm just telling you right now. That's gonna be my joy, and we all need it. Damn it, we need it. So, and that's the truth. So, So as we pull into the 95th Street station, please grab all your belongings and exit. This as far as this train will go. As you head upstairs, the elevator or the escalator, and head to your next destination, we want to thank you for riding the red line with us. Please come back next Thursday and every Thursday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time right here on TalkShoeRadio.com. Our number again is 717-734-6904. Show ID 51165 £19. Please subscribe to our YouTube page, our YouTube channel, the Redline Podcast. Please like, share, subscribe, and turn on those post notifications for our upcoming videos and episodes. I just got the camera, so y'all gonna be seeing the vlogs up real soon. We're going to be dropping some exclusive content on the YouTube channel. So if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. If you don't want to miss a video or anything that we're dropping, please turn on those post notifications. You can also listen to us on Google Podcasts as well as Spotify. You can follow us. And as of today, I am proud to announce we are officially on iHeartRadio and Stitcher Podcasts.
Woohoo! Yes.
Yes. So we're on YouTube, we're on Spotify, we're on Google Podcasts, we're on Stitcher, and we are on iHeartRadio. So, whatever platform you use, please tune in. Please subscribe. Please follow. Please rate our podcast. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell some more friends to like our Facebook page, the Redline Podcast featuring Loose Squares. So you can know about all upcoming events and show topics. Also, if you're interested in promoting your event or your business or any other business inquiries, or to get in contact with me or Queen Alexis, please email us at redlinepodcast2020 at gmail.com. Also, you can follow me on Instagram at Nelly Swag09, on Twitter at Nelly Swag09. Please like my fan Facebook page on Facebook at Nelly Swag09, or you can shoot me a friend request to my private page, Chanel Nelly Logan, to hit me up, let me know what's going on, and all of that good stuff. Let me know what y'all want to hear, what y'all want to talk about, and all of the things that we're doing. Queen Alexis, tell them what you got coming up, where they can reach you at, and what's up.
Man, so coming up, y'all know y'all can find me here back on Talk Shoe Radio 3 times a week. Tuesday nights at 8 o'clock with the Metal Queen open mic. Thursday night with
And
the
that was
Red Line
fire.
podcast. Baby.
That last one was
Baby.
fire.
Baby. Y'all, if y'all can sing, y'all got some poems, y'all can rap, y'all call in on Tuesday night at 8 o'clock. The number is 717-734-6904. Show ID 2864394 #. Call in. We just vibe out every Tuesday night. And then you find me here every Thursday night with my girl Nelly Swag. And on Saturday, every Saturday night at 8 o'clock, we at the Mad Hatters. This is my favorite show. Okay, second favorite show other than this one because we
I'm not
really get
jealous.
into
I'm not jealous.
some subjects on there. And this week, this Saturday, y'all tune in to the Mad Hatters at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Number is 717-734-6904. Show ID 9915968 #. We are talking about the lifestyle of polygamy. Yeah. My girlfriend got a girlfriend. My
Oh,
boyfriend got a boyfriend. We gotta actually talk about the lifestyle of it. So it's more than just, occasional threesomes. This is actually a whole lifestyle. Can a person be in love with two people at the same time? Can y'all coexist in the same house? What if there's children involved? Yeah, we gonna talk about all of that in that
so
Saturday. And if
so
you know somebody, if y'all know somebody or y'all been in a polygamy or polyamorous relationship. Now let me clarify here. Polyamorous relationship is everybody know what's going on. If you with somebody but seeing somebody on the side and they don't know about each other, that's
no,
not
that they're a side
polyamorous
chick.
relationship.
They're a
That's
side dude.
that is cheating. You are cheating, okay? Don't call in, you cheating. So anyway, but if you are in a polyamorous relationship, even
If
a
y'all sister
polyamorous
wives,
relationship, huh?
if they sister wives, you remember that
I
show, Sister
mean,
Wives?
sister wives, brother husbands. Even if y'all got kids, y'all most definitely call in on Saturday. Saturday night, 717-734-6904. Show ID 9915968 #. We want to see how y'all work this out. Cause to me, it looked very feasible. I'm just saying, as far as the bills go. But we're gonna talk about it. And then y'all can find me on Facebook, my regular page, Alexis Sherelle Owens, my fan page, Queen Alexis, Instagram, Queen Alexis 1990. I'm on there. Every now and then I might pop up on somebody's virtual open mic and sing a little bit and then pop back out. But just where y'all can find me. And yeah, that being said, I'm out.
That's it. All right. Well, everybody, We're again want to just thank y'all for rocking with us today, for just healing and just getting all of these things off of our chest. So thank you again. Once again, you can find us here every Thursday. Right here on talkshoeradio.com, 717-734-6904, show ID 511-6519. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on the multitude of platforms our podcast is on. Keep the support. Keep it coming. We have a lot of great things going to be happening. We are working on a Redline podcast live experience, which we will let y'all know when we figure everything out, when we know what the numbers are and what we can do, so we can come out here and touch the people, not literally touch you like maybe with a 6 foot pole, but make sure everything's kosher. But anyways, thank y'all again for riding the red line with us, being wonderful passengers, being wonderful supporters. Um, we will see you next Thursday. Keep the peace, keep the love, keep going. And once again, arrest the cops that killed Breonna Taylor and arrest the damn cops that shot Jacob Blake. No justice, no peace. And that's all I got to say about that one. And we gone.